Welcome to The Short Score, your weekly update of roping news from around the industry, where you can find the latest on the sport from the pro rodeo ranks to the jackpot world. I'm Taylor Vollen, and I'm your host. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Short Score. It's your host, Taylor Vollen. I just got back from a week in Buckeye, Arizona at the Royal Crown Futurity, and it was so nice to escape the winter weather and hang out in some 70-degree weather for a change. And now that I'm home, I think it's the perfect time to fill you guys in on how everything played out. First off, in case you hadn't heard, our Ropin.com and Ride TV crews were with me in Buckeye, as was Amy Wilson over on the sports desk, live streaming the entire Futurity. So if you missed out on the action, you're actually in luck because it's still all available on Ropin.com. We kicked off the Royal Crown with a 6 and under heading, and the Queen, Relentless PYC, and Miles Baker took home the win. Now I know calling her the Queen might sound biased, but the numbers kind of prove that title, as she's now the richest Futurity rope horse mare of all time. Relentless PYC, who they call Nala, and Miles won the average with 616.26 points after 4 rounds to add another $21,095 to her lifetime earnings. So, correct me if I'm wrong, big difference from last year. Never won a Futurity this time last year, right?
Yep.
So the last 12 months have been pretty special for you, I'd assume.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. It's been good, though.
What have you kind of been focusing on the last 12 months, or what's been different?
Just executing. I work on my roping a lot more than I ever have. I always worked on the horsemanship side of stuff and was real passionate about that. And I think that almost gave me an upper hand in the Futurity world because I was so horse-oriented. And I always say that it was a lot faster for me to work on my roping than it was for a lot of people to work on their horsemanship. I think that's one thing that's helped me elevate so much is that I've worked on the horsemanship part of it my whole life, and then I've always roped, but the last 3 years just focusing on my roping more has made it to where I can not just train at this level, but win at this level too, you know.
Yeah. Congrats on the twins too.
Thank you.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been a lot though.
It's been a lot, but it's awesome. We're having fun.
It's probably different not having her here too, Daisy.
She's like the MVP. Like,
yeah.
She can outwork 3 people, and so it's hard not having her here, and she likes being here and helping and stuff. So I know it's hard for her to not be here, but won't be long, and she'll get to go with us and stuff. I have a trailer being built right now that I can haul as many horses as I need, and she can go too, and nice. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be able to tote everybody around with us.
That'd be cool. So Nala, have you ever ridden a horse you feel like that's so talented at her age, or so young, I guess?
We're like chartering such new territories in the Futurity world that, like, to say that she just turned 5 and is getting close to 200,000 is unheard of, and we just haven't put this much pressure on horses before, and so I haven't ever rode one like her that can win. The closest thing, like the Pride and Joy stud that we have, those 2 horses they're elite horses. They're great, and he's won an incredible amount. He's a year older than her, but he's won just like she has. And it's been pretty cool to get to ride horses that good, because I always just wanted to train a good horse and be respected as a horseman and be able to sell horses or have guys like Trevor get on my horses. And now to get to ride and show and win on horses of that caliber, it's pretty surreal. I'm blessed to get to do it because I've come a long ways the last 5 years, and I'll be the first to say that.
What is it about her that's so talented or so special that sets her apart?
Her mind. She obviously has ability. Like, her foot speed's great. She can fly, but it's her mind. Like, she just doesn't have it in her to screw you in any kind of way. She's just good in the box. And I was telling a guy that he walked up and was talking about how kind she looked and stuff, and I said, even when the pressure's up and she's nervous, she just doesn't have it in you to try to take money out of your pocket. She's a gamer, and I think what she's won speaks volumes about that, because it's not unheard of to have a horse that good, but it's pretty unheard of to have a horse stay good over the period of time that she's been good. Yeah. And never have any, like, there's peaks and valleys and everything, and it's been nothing but peaks for her.
That's cool.
She just went and stayed good, And that just, like I said, horses will win for 6 months, and then they'll go through some stuff, and then you might come back around to winning, but it's up and down, and that's just part of training, and you expect it. But what makes her and, like, the Pride and Joy stud so good. It's not peaks and valleys. It's just peaks. They're gamers. They're always there.
Yeah. You guys seem to be bonded very well.
Yeah.
As silly as it sounds.
I love that mare. And she loves me. Amy Wilson and I were just talking about that, building confidence in horses. And that mare would work for anybody, but you can tell like I'm her person when I come in the barn and stuff. And she just likes to get to rope and likes when I'm around. And she just... Her 2-year-old year and the beginning of her 3-year-old year, she wasn't the easiest to train.
Really?
Everybody's like, man, wouldn't you like to have another one of her? And I'm like, I don't know. It really
Maybe not.
Really wasn't that fun training her, but obviously it was worth it, And so she's real good. And I've got to spend all the time on her. I ride them their whole. Well, when I was starting all the 2-year-olds, I rode them their whole 2-year-old year, and now we're sending the 2-year-olds off. I just don't have time to do it all, but. I'd ride them their whole 2-year-old year and then most all their 3-year-old year, and then Trevor and I would kind of split the herd and show him. And he had shoulder surgery last year this time of year, so there wasn't no splitting the herd. I just showed everything the first of last year, and when he got back, that mare had a lot of success, and he was like, hey, I told him when he got back, I was like, she's the best one, go on. I want him to ride the best ones, and have a chance to win. He's my partner, and I want him to do good, and I want him to win more than I win, And I think he wants the same for me, and so I told him, I was like, hey, take Nala and get after it. She had already won, I bet, close to 100,000 when he come back, and he's like, no, that's your horse. So anyway, I've got to stay with her.
This episode is brought to you by roping.com. Get unlimited access to roping.com's comprehensive team roping video library and learn from world champions like Trevor Brazil, Jake Barnes, and Clay O'Brien Cooper, just to name a few. Plus, binge hundreds of hours of live and archived ropings, including the Cinch Timed Event Championship, the Royal Crown, the Patriot events, and so much more. Billy Jack Sabins had a heck of a week, winning both the 4 and under heading and heeling. He first won the 4 and under heeling on 2021 Stallion Emoji, and then he followed that up winning the 4 and under heading on One Time Pick, a 2021 gelding. They pocketed a little over $13,000, and I also caught up with Billy Jack after that win. I didn't want to eavesdrop, but did I hear Amy say that this was that horse's first futurity?
Yeah, first competition runs ever.
You've got to really be pretty proud then.
Yeah, I was super happy with how he took everything, Yeah.
How did he feel? I mean, because he's only 4, and we talked last night about they're still babies.
Yeah.
But he looks mature. Does he feel that way?
He is really mature. I don't know how to explain it. Like his way of thinking throughout the run is very mature. Mm-hmm. I feel he locks into the cow pretty good, and I have a lot of control, but it's the ride around, it's all the stuff but the roping that I was it was a lot. I brought him yesterday and we rode him around all day, and then got here early and rode him around, and I feel like some of this stuff can leak into the run. You know what I mean? So we spent a lot of time riding him around, and he really settled in and got good.
How long have you had him?
I've had him since he's a 2-year-old.
Oh, so you have had him for a while at least. Okay. So pretty much everything he knows is you.
Well, yeah, Shane Boston bought that horse out of the Triangle sale, and he sent him to Ty Benson started him and rode him for 6 months or something, and then I got him after that, late his 2-year-old year. So after Tyson, pretty much everything's been me.
Gotcha. How many head horses come through? Do you have a lot in your program?
No, I don't. Kind of since I've been, I guess, training, futurity guy. I might have 2 or 3 at one time, but not very many. Mm-hmm. I haven't trained very many, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, futurity horses. I've trained a lot of, jackpot horses, but the futurity deal, there hasn't been all that many.
Is that something you want to be more involved in?
I love it. I mean, probably more than healing even. I just like it. I don't know. I just like it, yeah.
Do you feel like being a healer gives you kind of an advantage on knowing what makes a good head horse?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I understand what not to get too in depth, but I understand what the saddle horn has to do once you take control of the steer's head. I think I got a pretty good feel for that. And then, like, heading for Dakota, I understand his style of roping, and I got a pretty good feel of when to pull the cow, or you know what I mean, and that type of stuff. So I think all that does help. More than anything, just good horsemanship. That's what it comes down to, I think.
Your answer was exactly what I was trying to ask. The words were just not coming out. Yeah. What were you kind of mainly focused on today?
Honestly, I didn't want to gas that horse because he's got a big motor, and the first time I was just kind of, I was trying to win something but let him go at his own speed at the same time and no mistakes. I missed the barrier quite a bit, but that's one thing, that horse can run so much. And the steers were so uneven, I was just taking the start that I knew would get me out. And a couple of the steers were stronger, and I missed the barrier quite a ways, but I was confident enough in the horse to just go ahead and miss the barrier and just no mistakes and see where we go. And I think especially Ryan Gronlin, the owner of that horse, he's on the same page as me, understands the process, and he's like, man, we'll just see where we're at and not leave here with the tore up horse, and it all just kind of fell into place.
Is he, how do I word this? I know we talked last night about Emoji, you're hoping his owner just has a good jackpot horse. Yeah. Is that kind of the goal for all of your horses, you think?
Yeah, 100%, because I like horses, not to get too cheesy, but I don't want to finish this futurity deal with a 6-year-old wrecked horse.
That's fair.
That does no good for the industry at all. We're just smashing on them, and there's not a product left when we're done. So, and same for Ryan. He's a 5-header, and he likes to jackpot stuff. And if I can do my job and win at these futurities along the way, and he'll pay the bills, and when we get done, he's got a really nice horse to ride. Then and maybe he's good enough that somebody will buy him and rodeo on him, and you'll see him at the finals. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm shooting for.
Gotcha. And lastly, the 6 and under heeling. Let's just say, in my personal opinion, of course, if there's one roping from the Royal Crown you go back and watch on roping.com or Ride TV, I think this is the one. Every roping was exceptional, don't get me wrong, but man, the 6 and under heeling was so fun to watch. It was kind of the Jeremy Bueller show, too. Bueller won every single round, but it was DT Hickory's Angus that took the cake, winning the average with a 619.40 after 4 rounds of competition, of course. Bueller also had 3 other horses in the short round, and we talk a little bit about that as well. Okay, she asked you about the Hickory Holly times. You said you have 5 in your barn?
Yeah.
When did that come about? Like, what sparked the wave of them for you?
Probably 2 years ago. The Stump Lake Ranch, they had a 4-year-old mare. She was Hickory Holly time. Todd, he told me, he's like, man, there's something about this mare. I think she could be special. Try her. Just see what you think. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I took her, and I was the same. I felt something that I really liked there, and so I started out with just her, and then I showed her in Scottsdale last year and won second in the 6 and under. And after that, Dean Tufton, he's from Scottsdale there, and he's got a cool program. I've always known Dean. I've always respected Dean. I love his program and what he's doing, and he's very passionate. Like, for a guy like me, it's fun to go spend a day with Dean, who's devoted his whole life to it, made the finals and the whole deal. So it's just a fun deal for me to be a part of it. And the more we hung out, it kind of turned into a deal where I think we've seen that, he could help me and I could help him, and between him and his team doing what they do on the young horses and then getting them to me where I can rope on them, and they rope on them and start roping on them too. And I feel like it's something that can be kind of seamless, that we can run together. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how it all started and why we're here.
And you said you liked them because
I like them.
Totally hear.
I like how they go to the ground. They stop good. They stay elevated good. There's a lot of good to them. I think they try really hard, and that's something that makes my job a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna call him Angus.
Yeah, that's what we call him.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
How did he kind of feel in your lineup today? Like, was he the one that you were like, he stood out to you, or?
Yeah, he felt the most solid.
Gotcha.
But he's also the oldest of them.
Yeah.
And I had him last year and had a fair bit of success. We won good last year. I feel like we probably should have won more last year than we did. I kind of let him down a couple times, and no, he felt like just a consistent old veteran today. Yeah.
He looks, I don't want to say he looks easy, because I cannot heel for the life of me, so obviously it wouldn't be easy for me, but is that what I'm assuming that's what you want? You want them to be easy? And
yeah, I want I want the mix. At the end of the day, I want them to be easy, because when you're high callback like that, and all you got to do to catch, like, everybody's already decided they like the horse.
Yeah.
You know, and you just want to try to hold your spot. So to me, easy is a big part of it, but easy in a sense where they're fast-footed and they still try hard, but they don't run over you or themselves.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a fine line to toe sometimes, but
I can see that.
You know.
Yeah. You said you kind of let him down a little bit over the last year.
Yeah.
What have you kind of been doing at home to work on that, maybe?
Mostly just my heeling.
Really?
You know, yeah, just shot selection. You know, I don't think we needed to change anything on him. I think it was just myself mostly, kind of adjusting from rodeo heeling to showing, where it's like, you know, okay, this steer took a funny hop. I don't have to try to pull something out right here. I can just take another swing and heel him, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I feel like this is a no-brainer. Everybody wants to win. You always want the best for your horses. But can you even put it into words what it means, like, to come today and win deep on so many?
You know what? It's something that through rodeoing and the people that I've been around in my career, the Richards, you know, my wife Katie, all these people, we've always had it where we're like, okay, we got to trust the process. We got to love the process. We got to work at the process. And the results, they mean something, but we got to stay hooked on the process, not worry about the results. But today, days like this, whenever you do good and you can tell that your process is working and it's like a test where it worked, you know, they're special days, you know, and it's not just special for me. I mean, it's special for everybody that's had something to do with each of these horses along the way. And I think that there's a lot of people along the way that had big wins today. Yeah. You know, and I think that that's the coolest part is being connected with people that, you know, you can work with, where you guys all have a common goal. And then these wins, like, it's funner to share it with the people, right? Yeah. Like, I healed on them today, but I mean, whoever started Angus as a 2-year-old, and then the guys at Dean's that rode him as 3-year-olds, and then you know, Stram Pollitt, he put a lot of time on that horse. Dean's put a lot of time on that horse. Other people that I'm sure I'm leaving out have put time in, and I feel like every single one of those people should feel like it was a win today. So that's the cool thing to me.
That is cool. I like that you're. The entire Royal Crown now lives over on roping.com. It's going nowhere, so there's truly no better time to sign up for a membership if you don't already have one. Join for a month or a year and watch on your computer, smartphone, or your smart TV anywhere at any time. The ultimate streaming experience for every roper is truly roping.com.